Yo, welcome to the Table Talk podcast, where we sit down, pull up a chair, and we get started. This podcast is designed to provide you packed full of information to help you with your training, nutrition, lifestyle, and well-being, where we interview myself through case studies to give you lifetime experience. And then we also interview high-performing individuals or other career-focused people who are looking to make changes in their lifestyle, training, nutrition, and well-being. So let's pull up that chair and let's go. All right. Yo, welcome to Table Talk. We are here with Julia Fisher. This is take 3. Yes, she's that good, but also because the first 2 didn't quite go as planned. So we are on Table Talk having Julia Fisher, who is a strength and conditioning coach in Germany, originally from Germany to UK, back to Germany, and is also a nutritionist wellness coach who does a lot more online services with her clients. And we're here to kind of pick apart what it is she does, how does she do it, how does she do it online, and is it better at Germany? We'll see. But Julie will tell us more about herself. But number one is she knows that I'm crazy. Elaborate. How am I crazy? In what way? Please confirm to the viewers that it's a sensible crazy, not a crazy crazy.
It's in the best way crazy, to be honest. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, because I think if you're normal and not a bit crazy, then I don't think you're a good human, to be honest. Life's short.
If you're normal and crazy, no. Has to be special crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
For those, that's great.
So basically, crazy because so you said I went from Germany to England to Germany. I actually did a stop in Australia about 15 years ago. And then I discovered, right? Mm-hmm. And fun fact, if it wouldn't be the other side of the world, I would have moved there. Here we are. Now I'm stuck in the cold again.
You can always move.
I would absolutely. But yeah, I discovered my love for Tim Tams, and you can't get them here. And I said on the last recording trial that I would love some Tim Tams. And this man sent me a care package of literally, plus a family pack. And because I appreciate the family pack, because I'm a family of 1. So I happily share them with the whole entire family. So that's really good. AKA me, myself, and I.
How do you eat your Tim Tams? Do you like Kate? She'll go, when we used to eat Tim Tams, she would go like bite at the top, bite at the bottom, and then she would stick it in milk and then just go.
Oh, I haven't done that. I have to try.
Yeah, like a straw, and then it kind of breaks into the milk or almond milk, and you kind of get chocolate milk.
Oh my god. I have not done that. I need to do that. That sounds incredible. No, I bite and then I remove the top and then I eat one half and then the other half. Does that make sense?
So, hang on. So this is Tim Tam. We're gonna go hum, and then you flip it and then go like
no, that. I do one bite like that. So that's just normal, and then because then you can separate them better, and then I eat this half.
Oh, you then pull it apart. Okay.
I put it apart. Yeah. Like an Oreo, right?
Yeah. And for those that are listening,
you know what that is, right?
If you're not looking at the video, we're holding our phones as Tim Tams. We're not actually eating Tim Tams.
I should get one and just do like a sample, like demonstration.
Bow. Tim Tam. Have you ever just gotten a whole one and just gone?
No, I don't. I haven't. I was that close when I opened the package, because it's been, again, over a decade since I had the last one. I was like so excited. I was like,
yeah.
And then I was feeling sick. I was like, this was not a good idea.
Okay. Hit the whole pack. That's funny. What is the weirdest, as a nutritionist, let's ask, because we're talking about Tim Tams, the weirdest like breakfast you've seen? Because like, I used to get the train in the morning when I used to go to work, and I used to like have my steak, my macadamia nuts, and some veggies. And I remember there used to be a guy on the other side of the train. He would have a chocolate milk, and he would have a sandwich, and then he would have a Boost bar and 2 Tim Tams. And like, that guy must be the happiest guy on the planet, having that for breakfast. Mm-mm-mm.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Um,
In 2 hours time, it's asleep.
But that's why you have your 10th coffee by like 10 a.m., right? So, so the weirdest thing, funnily enough, I just don't understand the concept of an English breakfast. And I say that having lived in England for 7 years, I still don't understand the concept of why would you have so many different things in so many different ways, like beans and fried tomato. As a German, that just doesn't make any sense.
Huh?
And then sausages, and then just so much going on, and it's just you look at it and you're already getting kind of diabetes while looking at it.
Diabetes.
And I know, I know I'm going to offend so many people with this, including all my English friends, but everyone who knows me from England. So yeah, I just don't understand the concept. It's just too much going on. It's so much fat, so much grease. It's just no, I don't.
What about the hash brown? Delicious.
Yeah, I don't know. For breakfast. Are you okay? Yeah, maybe for dinner. I love a hash brown. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy them, but not for breakfast.
Dinner. Oh, disgusting.
Saying that as a German who lives off potatoes, by the way, potatoes for breakfast. What I don't understand.
You need to live in Ireland because
Yeah.
the Irish breakfast. You've got mushrooms, spinach, but then you add pudding to it, white pudding and black pudding. So it's like breadcrumbs drained in pig fat and
Yeah. Irish pudding, right? Yeah. Sorry, my mind wasn't going to dessert now. Yes. I mean,
stay with us. We're having breakfast.
Yorkshire pudding is really nice. I could get away with that for breakfast. I don't mind Yorkshire pudding for breakfast. That's fine.
What's Yorkshire pudding?
Oh, you don't know? It's I'll send you a picture afterwards. It's this fluffy, baked, doughy thing that you put on your Sunday rolls. Love a Sunday rolls. It's one of the things I miss about England is the Sunday rolls with the humongous. Yeah.
But
you have to come to Europe. That's basically the lesson of the story.
All right. Well, I send you Tim Tams. You send me a plane ticket. It's only fair. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Let's unpack that a little bit because most people, drink, have alcohol, they get hungover, and then they wake up the next morning. They're like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." And so this is kind of the idea of having these big hearty breakfasts. Does eating a lot of fat actually help?
I mean, yeah, because your body needs to get, and it's not just the fat, but just the whole. It's very calorie dense, right? So the reason why we, not just for English breakfast, but generally want to eat more greasy and calorie dense foods when we hungover and sleep deprived is because our body needs energy, right? Because you basically didn't sleep, even though you've slept for 10 hours, when you were literally lying drunk on the floor the night before, your body's busy.
Just drunk people don't make it to the bed.
No.
If you're getting an English breakfast, you didn't make it to the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, so your body needs to kind of come up with energy, right? And usually that's what it kind of gives you temporarily. And this is why we usually crave also more if we just sleep deprived in general, even without drinking a lot. So it does make sense. Or, if we look where it comes from at times where we had more energy requirement, back in the day when we were fighting for our lives, yeah, we probably a breakfast like that would have served you quite well. But you're probably not going to war tomorrow, hopefully.
Today.
Not today. So
if I'm hungover, I'm not really, so it doesn't actually help with alcohol. The hash brown doesn't absorb the alcohol from the blood or the stomach. It actually is, I probably just had a really bad night's sleep and I'm just craving calories.
Yeah, because you're tired. So you're better off maybe taking a nap and getting lots of hydration in.
Lots of hydration. Okay. Should I do a fruit salad? Because fruit, water, Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Lots of water, electrolytes.
And then English breakfast.
Maybe for lunch.
If you go back to sleep, have a nap. Well, okay. What would be the? Oh, we haven't even like. No one cares about Julia Fisher. Let's not ask her.
No.
Let's get straight into
Yeah,
English.
more important things, right?
Tim Tams. Don't do English breakfast. Breakfast, but the tea's fine. Water, hydrate, nap, and if you're hungover, hopefully you made it to the bed or not. Who knows? What would be the ideal breakfast then? So let's say I'm hungover. Oh, I don't know why I did that. And I wake up, you're saying, let's just go back to bed. But or hydrate. What would be a good meal to have then? Like,
I mean, see, I would just get back to normal and just, or whatever your normal is, depends really, to be honest. But, you know, have
English
lots of double portion.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, like fruit is really good. You know, get some greens in, lots of water, you know, and then just, I don't know, have some eggs.
So just do
Fine.
the exact same thing I would normally do. So if I'm
Yeah.
someone who does oats, do oats.
Just oats, yeah.
So your model is suck it up. Shouldn't have done it, but you did. But just get back on plan. Consistency.
Yeah,
is
just
key.
yeah, like literally, that's it. Just stay hydrated throughout the day. Get some movement in. Go for a walk. Don't train. Maybe do some yoga, swimming, walking.
Do what you normally do. Like that's not what I normally do.
Yeah, but if you're like super hungover on like 3 hours of sleep, I would not recommend. You're better off not training.
Just challenge everyone else in yoga.
There's no. Please take a shower before. But there's no, you know how people go and say, "I'm going to just train off my hangover." Like that's not a thing. It's actually not a thing. So just take a rest day, go for a walk, go for a swim, do some yoga, stretching, and just go train tomorrow.
Yeah, but if I go for a run, I do yoga, wouldn't that get me sweating more? So, you know, the alcoholic vapors. Maybe.
Yeah,
No?
but like don't do a heavy strength session or go to CrossFit or high intensity F45, something like that class. I wouldn't recommend.
No PB. No PBs today.
No babies.
Yeah.
No.
Personal bedtime. Go to bed. Go back to bed. Yeah.
Do a new PB in bed, yeah. You can take that as you want.
Oh, look out. Yeah. My brain just was like, just pictured that. And it's just
I
like
could barely tell.
two people, and the partner's just like, you got hungover last night. Oh, how'd you know? Your performance is off. You're not PBing, you're not personal besting this.
Oh, better if
That's great.
yeah.
So, Julia, tell us about yourself. I guess so we've talked about breakfast. We talked about the ideal situation if you're hungover. So there you go. That's a quick snippet
That's
of
done.
Julia Fisher.
See you next time.
See you next
All
time.
important things covered.
But so yeah, let's just go. So welcome to the podcast, Julia. Lovely
Thanks.
to have you on. For those what is Julia's story? So you've traveled from Germany to UK, Germany, Australia, God's land. Unfortunately, you went to UK and then went back. Tell us, what's the journey? How did you get from one to another and then get back there?
Like that. So yeah, after school I wanted to kind of, go and do some time abroad, as you do, I guess. I never liked the idea of America. Still to this point, I'm not excited about going to the US at all.
It's because they have an American breakfast, isn't it? Got more fat.
I mean, bacon with maple syrup and scrambled eggs and pancakes I can get away with. I can get on board with that.
You can or you can't.
I can.
Okay.
It just makes
all
more
the
sense.
fizzy drink. It's just all the fizzy drink. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, Australia was my choice
Whoa,
because
come on, back up. Why not America?
I think just because it's everywhere, everyone went there. I was like, I just need something else. It just doesn't
Okay.
excite me as much. And Europe, obviously, it's very easy traveling within Europe. I just go to Spain. It's in an hour, right? So
Yeah.
there was like, I have the time and opportunity now. I need to go somewhere further. And Australia was always something I kind of thought it's quite fascinating because you have that, you know, the outback desert almost, and then the huge big cities, and obviously nice weather, and you never hear anything bad about Australia, really. At least not on this side of the planet. So I always found it very fascinating. I was like, okay, let's do Australia then. So I went for like 9 months.
Yeah.
And I loved it so much. Honestly, you guys are the best people I've ever met in my life. I've never, honestly, and I don't say that because I'm talking to someone in Australia, but I've never met nicer people and more helpful people in my life. I don't know what it is with you guys. It was, and being German, obviously, it was very suspicious at first. I was like, what do these people want? Why is everyone nice? It's like, anyone going to kidnap me? They're going to steal from me. Why are they so nice? This is wrong.
Why am I helping them rob someone else? Why should we rob me?
Right. So yeah, that was weird the first couple of weeks, but then I just figured everyone's like that, and everywhere it's like that. So it must be a common thing. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not. We've got a lot of, enough people come here and they actually get gypped. Like I had an employee start with me within her first week. She's like, she was looking for accommodation after 4 weeks. She's like, I found the accommodation. Next day, she's in the office crying. I'm like, what happened? She's like, I paid the woman. She scammed me. I was like, oh no. Like there's a lot of them. So you didn't get scammed. So obviously, yay.
Good. Yay for me.
So yeah, these dodgy Aussie people, too nice, too friendly, too helpful. But after a while, you trusted them. Well, maybe that was the false sense of security we wanted you to have.
Maybe. I'm alive. I'm in one piece. I didn't lose any belongings. So
except for Tim Tams. So you came here, and what were you doing here? Like, were you like starting as a PT here, or like how did your career like? Talk me through what were you doing in Australia? Was it for education or just to learn and travel?
I was an au pair, and then I did some work and travel. So it was like literally right after school. Do you do that in Australia, like a gap year after school where you go and travel the world? Not really, do you?
You can. It's a choice.
Yeah.
I unfortunately wasn't smart enough for the gap year. So I'm still in my gap year.
You can tell from all the gray hair.
Wow. I shaved my head. Thank you. Shaved by choice. I actually, honestly, I got sick and tired of my barber. The barber I have is lovely. The guys, I love the barbers. They're so lovely. My partner's great. She's got a deal. Literally have a whole bunch of free passes to get my hair cut. But I just can't sit with someone for an hour and listen to them complain and not want to take action. I can't do it. Plus, it takes me 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, just go beep, beep, beep. So I get time back. So choice by choice, Julia. So other than picking on old men, what's as great as our country is, but what was your most challenging time in Australia?
Being an au pair, because the family was like, can I swear, they were quite shit, to be honest. They were really bad people, not bad people, but they were really, that wasn't a great experience. Everything else was fantastic. Being an au pair was the worst thing I've ever done. Yeah. Where you stay with, where you stay with a family and look after the kids kind of thing.
Like a nanny?
Live in nanny, basically. It's just a thing. A lot of I can't believe I've never heard of this. So yeah, you take kind of like foreigners for a few months and they live with you like a live-in nanny. and then you pay them basically. But it looks so nice.
Oh wow! A foreign person, usually a young woman, who lives with the family and looks after their children or cleans the house in return for
Do you
meals.
not actually know what an au pair
payment.
is? Wow.
I just thought it was like stay-at-home nanny or something. But okay, it's actually a thing. And there's actually a program to like do it. No way.
Mm. Yeah.
And there is au pair, so it's probably French. Yeah, cool. Learning. This
Yeah,
is
so
why I
that,
love
that it's
Please
crazy.
So-
That wasn't great because the family wasn't great. So, but everything else was fantastic.
What about the children?
They were okay. Very spoiled.
Mm, mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Have you heard from them since?
No,
And I don't want to.
no, it had a really rough ending. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mm.
Your fault? Like, is it like, oh, it's your fault, blah blah blah, or just
Well, I guess it was like both. Like I just was done being treated like shit, right, and being underpaid for it, and having kind of my experience of exploring the country as well, because the whole purpose is that you go to a new country. You don't kind of pay for accommodation, right? You have that provided. You earn a little bit of money from like babysitting, but then you still have enough time to go and explore and travel. However, that for me wasn't really the case. And whenever I remember I wanted to go to Sydney for a few days, and then they were like, okay, but you can't do that. You literally tell me from when I was able to take time off over the weekend, which I wasn't supposed to work anyway, but they made me work, cut my pay short and things like that. So yeah.
that's a bummer.
Yeah,
Right.
it's okay.
It's okay.
I survived.
Yeah, clearly.
Just about it. Yeah.
What was the best part of Australia then? Leaving.
Everything. No, I was really heartbroken when I had to leave. I remember one time, and this is what I mean, like that would have never happened anywhere else. I don't think so. I remember I then stayed with a friend for a few weeks, and then I remember I went to the shops, and you should know because you live there, but the pack, I don't know if they still do it, but they pack your groceries for you in the bag. Do they still do that? No,
we have to do it ourselves now.
Oh my god! Wow,
Oh.
it has changed. It's been a long time. Yeah.
No,
Back in the day.
I remember. Yeah, back in the day, there used to be like the checkout person and then person pack your bag. Yeah.
Oh, that's such. I was like so confused. I was like, oh, okay.
No, I remember as a kid, there used to be a guy that and like you hear stories of it. There used to be a guy at the checkout, and he would have cards, and like they would have little quotes, and you put them in the bag, one bag for every family, and you'd be unpacking your bag, and you'd find this card. It would be just a heartfelt message.
Oh, see, that's what I mean. You would not get that anywhere else in the world.
No, I remember it because he used to be the back corner at the IGA, which was next to the vending machines. So my dad used to give me some money, I get a drink, and I would just sometimes I get 2 drinks, and I was like, here you go. So it was really cool. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. So yeah, he overpacked the bag though. It was like very heavy. And so at some point the plastic bag broke. On the way home, I was walking because it was like a 15-minute walk or something, right? And so I was stranded on the pathway, and kind of the everything broke and everything was all over the place. And like I remember like cans of tomato were like running down the street, like rolling down the street, and then the milk cartons were there, and it was like, oh, how do we get home? Having like a nervous breakdown. Next thing you know, this car is stopping. I was like, here we go. Let the comments and like, whatever roll. But it was this really lovely couple, and they were like really cute. Are you okay? Do you need like help? We have a few bags. I was like, okay, that's very nice. So they helped me like pack things, and they gave me these bags. And then they were like, oh, do you need a lift? I was like, you want to kidnap me or something? But
do you need an au pair? Do you need an au pair? Take me.
I'm homeless. Hi. But that was really nice, and that's what I mean. Like, I've never experienced anything like. Usually people just don't give a shit about if you're struggling or not, and helpless, or, on the corner of the street, and your milk carton is like rolling somewhere else.
Did you get in the car? Did you get a lift?
I did. That was very brave.
People don't care, but kidnappers do.
I promise you, if it would have been here in England, I would have never done it. But at this point, I developed so much trust with the Australian people.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Very nice. I did. Looking back, I was crazy, but because you never know. But yeah.
Oh yeah, because you let someone overpack your bag, 100%. Yeah, wow. What a few. That's cool. So, that's crap. That's exciting. And it's really funny that you had a really bad experience with a family, and then a family were like, "Oh, do you need help? Do you need? Oh my god!" Yeah, lovely. And then, fortunately, you left, and then you went to England, and that's kind of where it started.
No, I came back home first.
Okay.
For a few years, and then, but yeah.
Study?
So first, I'm a trained florist before I did anything fitness related.
Flowers,
because I used to hate the gym.
And as everybody knows, when you get flowers, you train. Yep, 100%.
Makes sense.
You hand it to someone, you want them to see the muscles in your arms. I'm with you. I'm with you. I see what you've done.
Listen, it's a physical job. It's literally, you're on your feet all day. It's a very physically demanding job. It really is. It's a very underestimated job as well. I loved it. I missed the creative part, but yeah, it's just not sustainable, really.
Okay. So from florist, were you studying? Because you've done your gap year, come back, and then you're studying. What were you studying whilst you were?
Yeah, so I did that. I'm like literally, I'm trained. So in Germany, you can't just do a job. You have to learn it for a few years and actually do qualifications and degrees and go to school and then do a practical exam and a theoretical exam. So I did all that in floristry. You're like,
I'm like, wow. Yeah.
Hold on. So Germany, you just don't work.
I am the florist, Carl. Not a florist. I'm the florist. Yeah, wow.
It's a common thing. Even if you want to be a cashier, you have to do a 3-year. Sorry, no offense to anyone who's working.
Wow. I'm gonna till the shit out of this.
Why?
No. I know it's a thing. Like, no, it's just crazy, right? It's like saying it. It's just like, because
I know
in Australia, like to become a trainer or a strength coach, you do an express course, like 3 to 6 months, bada bing, bada boom, you're now training. And on the other side of the world, like America, doesn't matter. Do what you want.
England doesn't matter. You literally learn on the job. Literally.
But then like, Germany's like, no, you'll do like a 3-4 year degree.
Yeah. And you can't. So when you do that, and then you realize after however many years you don't like it, you don't like your job anymore, you can't just go and do another job. You have to then relearn the new job and do like this whole 3 however long years all over again. Go back to school, do the theoretical bit, do the practical like exams and everything, and then you're allowed to switch jobs. So you can't just go and learn on the job. Yeah,
wow, you really got to hate a job. Like really hate. Like you're like, I am never doing this again.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in my class, we had like people who were in their 40s or something because they were switching jobs and then wanted to become a florist because whatever they did before they didn't like anymore. But then you have to relearn the whole thing and do everything. We do things properly here.
Well, we do things properly. Our au pairs are on point. Breakfast nourish your body. We have like nap times. Oh, okay. So floristing wasn't for you, and
no.
When you were a florist, were you being obviously to speed up the process for a lot of people in the first podcast that didn't come through? Is it you started getting coached, or you got a trainer, and then you enjoyed the style of training, and you started to apply yourself and learn, and realized there's some gaps here, and then you got a new coach. Obviously, Pete, a trainer. And for those who are curious, like a trainer or coach, it doesn't really make a difference in my opinion. I think if you're a personalized trainer or a coach, you do the exact same thing. You hold people accountable to the results. But
I have to disagree.
Unfortunately, though,
unfortunately,
there are trainers, and this is the thing, though, is that people are like, I don't want to be a trainer, I'm a coach. I'm like, okay, like I get it, because like the coach is the action of holding people accountable. Like I get that, but you're still technically a personal trainer.
You are.
So it's like,
but you're more.
I'm more. Okay.
Because a personal trainer literally, right?
Well,
if you look at most trainers, again, I don't know how it is, where you are, but here in Europe, a personal trainer is literally a person with you on the gym floor for however many sessions a week you book, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for the hour, and that is it.
Yeah, but you could still coach someone. Like you could still be like, I could be with you for an hour and I could coach you. Like, how's your day? How you going? How's your sleeping?
Yeah. Okay.
What are you doing? What's on for the weekend?
Yeah, you do that. But what happens the other 23 hours of the day? No one really cares about that. Yeah, you do a little brief check-in of how everything went, how's it going? You give them a few tips, off they go. That's it.
How's your sleep? That's 8 hours. Stress? How's work? How are the kids? How's au pair? Did you do an English breakfast this morning?
So you just leave in the bed or on the floor?
Yeah, exactly. And then you go, okay, slept on the floor. We're going to have to work some more thoracic extension then before we bench.
But there's no holding someone accountable as such, because you do all the talking, but then they go off and just don't really apply it anyway in most cases, right? Because there's no anything outside the session. You don't actually, again, most trainers don't really, there's nothing happening. No, very brief checking in, nothing. There's literally whatever you do in that hour, you have to get training in, have to get the check-in. You can't properly talk about, let's say, if you look at behavior change and things like that, there's just no time, because you only have that 1 hour on the gym floor where people actually pay you to do the workout. So there's only so much time you have to really talk about how's life going, and diving deep into why have you been feeling like shit this whole week? Why have you, not gotten your steps sleep, all these kind of things. I swear a lot? You should know that by now.
No, yeah, the first one you didn't swear at all, and you're like, I swear? Fuck no.
Now we know each other, so it's fine. I'm more comfortable with you.
But I'm laughing because you're. So I had a lady called Angie. Hey, Angie, hope you're well if you're listening. She's great. She's a total savage. She's like, because you're like, oh, you want to know if people feel shit or bad, and Angie's just like, you're just shit, okay? You're just shit. If you haven't achieved your goal, you're just shit. Fix your shit, and you won't be shit anymore. And I'm like,
I love that. That's a good point.
Yeah. So look, we don't need time outside of session. Just make a change, off you go. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not that easy.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yes. So most trainers just train people. Yes. Yeah. I did a prezo on this actually today. It was like, what are the pitfalls of personal training? Training and ChatGPT. You will be obsolete. The benefit, the highlight of being a trainer, you can coach people. You can personalize your training. They're like, really? That seems counterintuitive. I'm like, not really. Yeah, if you don't get it, you're at it. You're lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you then became a coach, or you got coached, learning about accountability, habit changes, limiting beliefs, and behavioral changes. I think I just said that. But it's important to change behaviors twice. And you had someone holding you accountable to your goals outside of sessions by text message, email, data tracking. And you were like, wow, this guy or girl is good. The other guy is not so good. And that's when you embarked on becoming a coach? Or you did nutrition, dietetics?
Yeah, so I did, and then I did the training, and then I was, focusing more on the training, and then I was a personal trainer on the gym floor doing that 1 hour bit, right? And then obviously I did a bit of nutrition with them, but then I realized that.
No, hang on, that's not how personal training works. You only train people. You know this. You're a trainer.
Sorry.
Yes, out above and beyond. Ugh, unacceptable.
One of these, too eager.
One you had to go to UK, go buy it from Germany, had to relearn it somewhere else.
Right? It's like in my DNA, so
Yeah.
I'll go the extra mile.
Yeah, taking the extra mile, love it. Above and
Mhm.
beyond. Very good.
Yeah.
And so you with personal training people and nutrition advice?
Yeah. But I realized that we spent because I was so much, for me, it was so much, it's very important to just always check in with them. But then we kept losing a lot of time during the session which was dedicated for the workout. So we got a half-assed workout in because there was so many things going on in their life as to, why certain things been happening, or why they couldn't, stay on track, or why they were falling into, stress, binge eating kind of patterns and things like that. So it was it had quite a dilemma between, I want to obviously deliver the session, but also this is really important to talk about, because if this isn't going to get talked about, that's no real results are going to happen. Yeah, you get some movement in and it's great, but we're here to also get your results, right? You don't need a trainer to just move your body. Just, I don't know, do a YouTube video, right? Don't, but or do a class or whatever, go on the treadmill. But if you have a trainer, they're there to get you results. And like
Go on
doing
the
a
treadmill. Okay. Miss who started in the gym on the treadmill with the hoodie on, don't talk to me. Yep. Yep.
But I'm not here to give you a half-assed session with training and a half-assed session talking about your problems, right? So there was something missing and there was never enough time. So I then decided to kind of change my whole approach and do like a bit of a hybrid thing where they get the session, but the session is dedicated to the workout. And then outside of the session, they still have time to then, talk to me about everything else. And it just really worked well because we then had enough time to get the workout in, but also enough time to look at behaviors and all the other things. Yeah.
What's the biggest behavioral issue or challenge you see with people when it comes to, like, everyone wants to achieve a goal, but they don't achieve it in the timeline that they want? Or case in point, I should have lost 4 kilos this month, not 1. Like, is it a common thread you see?
Yeah, I think the common thing I see, and what is really I think also a mental challenge when people start with me, because we start slowish, right? Is because people want too much too soon. And they go and they change 100 things at once. And then after 2 weeks, they're completely frustrated and overwhelmed and exhausted. And then they stop. And this is why nothing ever works. It's because you're literally going from not moving your body at all, or just sporadically every other week going on a whatever jog, run, not really sleeping, being very stressed, eating all the foods, drinking a lot, whatever, to, okay, I'm only going to eat clean and cut out all food groups, literally, to 7 sessions a week. No wonder,
only 7.
Only
Soft.
7. And only for 2 hours. Right? Yeah. Come on, more hours. Yeah. And wanting to change everything at once.
And
after doing nothing, and the cardio, and doing nothing for the last 10 years. No wonder you're overwhelmed. And you're like, it's so hard and I can't stick to anything. Okay, start with one thing. Right? It's taken you a long time and a few years to get to this point. It's going to take you more than 3 weeks to undo all the damage. So,
are there any common habits you see? Like, for me, I've done this 14 years. I've only had one person drink enough water.
What is it with water? Just people don't ever drink water. What is it?
I remember I remember when, and this is to Jordan Roberts. I remember, I think it was Stefan, was his name. Jordan goes, I think we have someone who drinks too much, like enough water. I went, no, it's impossible. Dude, 14 years, nah. He drinks like 7 liters of water.
Heaven.
Yeah, so 0.035 times to up to 0.07 times your body weight. So he was like 5 to 7 liters. And I was like, he doesn't drink that much water. Jordan's like, no, he does. I'm like, Jordan, you're full of crap. And I went down the next week and I watched him. I went, okay. Move to level 2. Eat more protein.
Yeah, I don't know what the water is like. It's like this kind of easiest thing you can literally change in your life. It's, I don't know. It's really weird. What do you find? Why, in your opinion, why can't people drink more water? What is it you're drinking? Is it water or is it a sports drink? Vodka. also looks like water.
It was I can't breathe it, that much. So it's not magnesium water. No, it's just water and magnesium. So
all right.
Magnesium citrate. I think, well, for a lot of people, it's just time. Because people don't have, like, people are consistent, but they're not truly consistent enough. Like, when you wake up, first thing you do, what do? I pee and poo every single day. But some people like, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes there's a delay. It's like, yeah, because you eat inconsistently and you drink inconsistently. Like, and then when they start drinking more, their body starts to detox and flush it all out. So they pee more. But they have this feeling and they go, I got to pee now. So because a lot of people are busy, like they've got meetings, appointments, like doctors, surgeons, they're in surgery. So they can't really afford, imagine someone's operating you. One moment.
It's my hourly timer to like have a sip of water. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I get it for quite a few people.
I get that. But the average normal person with a normal 9-to-5 job still struggles. They're literally sitting on the decks. They could have a bottle next to them.
But I would also challenge the other professionals, right? Is, you should have, you could do like a high rich protein meal with like salt, season it, and you would hold the water so you have the urge and you can plan ahead. But also if you do it promptly and enough, you can train your body to condition and hold itself. Like we sleep 8 hours without having to pee. And people think, they wake up in the middle of the night to pee and they're like, oh, it's because I drank too much water. It's like, no, your body's like in a stress state. It's not recovering. Like, so you're dumping cortisol, which is a blood glucose mobilizer, and now you're going to get rid of sugar. Yeah. But, yeah, like you could eat more fruit and veg, but yeah, no. Yeah, I think because a lot of people drink more coffee, so obviously dehydrates them.
But then it's a liquid, so it's fine, right? Just
yeah, that's what people think. They're like,
doesn't count. And a lot of people say it does count, but I would argue against that. Yeah, coffee includes water and whatever, but it's like saying, I don't know, soda includes liquid, so it's fine to drink 3 liters of Coca-Cola.
Well, it's like saying if you get kicked in the nuts, you get stronger. You'll adapt to the pain. Who wants to adapt to that?
But it involves like, muscle contraction, doesn't it?
There's a contraction I do not want to experience. No, thank you.
I can't relate, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's you working around Jimmy. I feel great. Whack. This is a great feeling. People should do this. Drink more water. Yeah, easy. Oh, transition from habits into other challenges such as for yourself, when you started, you were walking on the treadmill, you used to have a hoodie on, don't talk to me. Someone then approached you, and then, that's what started your journey. So everyone knows she used to have black hair. Yes, that's black hair. Juliet, but it's not naturally blonde. It's black hair, black nails, black hoodie, long pants, and big
black eyes,
black boots. Don't talk to me. No, so I guess for a lot of people, but that is a big thing though, right? So like when you started in the gym, what you know now, so let's go back to you just started doing something, as you said, if you're hungover, you're tired, just go for a walk. So you started. If I'm thinking of starting and I'm that person walking on the treadmill, what suggestions would you have for me? 1, okay, start drinking some water. 2, what are your top 5 suggestions?
Look, I'm going to give you some tough love, and it's not like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step. I can give you a list of things you can do, but everything that we're not used to is very uncomfortable in the beginning. Okay. And most people are on the treadmill because they don't know what else to do. Okay. And then they feel intimidated and uncomfortable and scared and whatever else, to just go and do something else, lift weights, go into the weight room, whatever. It's not going to get easier by avoiding it. Okay. So yes, having a plan helps, drinking your water helps, but just actually doing it. There's so many resources. You can literally Google, I don't know, a plan to start with, or use an influencer, whatever. Literally, I wouldn't even care in the beginning as long as you do something. Unless you do it, it's not going to become any easier. And I say it because yesterday someone asked me the same question, like, what are your 5 tips? And I was like, okay, yeah, have a plan, know where everything is, good music, whatever. But
Good
all
music.
these tips, good music.
2 more.
Water, protein.
Always do 2 more reps.
Yeah. But you can have the best plan, and you can have the best playlist, and you can go at a very empty time in the gym, which also helps. And I can tell you the big, muscly, grunting men are the least scariest and usually the most nicest people there. You have to do it. And you're only going to get it's only going to get better and easier when you do it. And then you have to do it again and do it again. And, unfortunately. So yeah, have a plan, set some goals, have a plan.
Set some goals, have a plan. Set some more goals, have another plan.
Yeah. But then actually go and do it. Because I say that because I see it a lot. I see people, they're then getting a plan. And then what? It's going to collect dust on your table. It's just another PDF sitting in your inbox, collecting dust of someone's free resource because you're not going and you're not using it. So you have to get uncomfortable. Tip number 1.
5x. Get uncomfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
But 1 habit at a time.
Yes, 1 at a time.
Treadmill. Next week, do some dumbbell press. Week after, do some rows.
Here's a tip, okay? Usually the treadmills of this part of the world are laid out in the way that you can mostly look over the whole gym floor, right? They're usually somewhere on the wall in the corner somewhere so you can see everyone rather than everyone seeing you. So when you're on the treadmill, look where all the machines are. Look, okay, this is, and then figure out, okay, this could be for my shoulders. This is for the front of my legs. This is for my, whatever, glutes. And then mentally you go in there and you already know, you don't have to look for machines, because often what happens as well is people have a plan but have no idea where the machines is, which dumbbell to use, or which weight to start with, where's the free weight area, what does it even look like, what does this muscle even mean, I don't know, what the heck is a leg extension, where's the leg press, all these things. So people get overwhelmed looking at the plan because they have no idea what is where, how does something work, how to use a machine. So whilst you're doing your little treadmill walk or whatever you do, have a look at the outline of the gym. Watch people, how they use the machine. Don't take it too seriously because most people don't know how to use it properly. But you get an idea for what the movement is supposed to look like, hopefully. And then next time you go, maybe just start with one. Just do a shoulder press, and then that's it. And then next time you do the shoulder press and the leg extension, and then just build up from there. But then this way, it's not too overwhelming. Also,
for those in this side of the world, walk backwards and do the same thing.
do you face the wall?
Yeah, like this.
Oh no.
So just straight the other way and look at the gym. Yep.
Apparently, recently I've heard and learned that walking backwards on the treadmill is really good for your knees. So there you go.
Yeah, because you work your tibialis anterior compared to the calf.
Yeah. So anyone making fun of people walking backwards on the treadmill, there you go. Also, if you're really lost, there's these people sometimes running around with a t-shirt. It says trainer or coach or fill in the blank.
Running around. Oh, like
running around.
I can see where it's coming.
Or again, certain parts, this side of the world, they're usually in the corner drinking coffee, but you can talk to them because they're trainers and employees of the gym, and then they're actually to help, not to drink coffee. So it's okay to approach someone and say, can you explain this machine to me?
Now I need coffee.
Sorry, it's my coffee break. I need 2 more hours.
Oh. Wow, I really thought you were going to give a selfish plug there. If you're feeling lost, just reach out to Julia Fisher at www.
Yeah. Well, thanks for doing that for me.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a good segue because obviously, everyone attracts to different personalities. So if someone's like, I really like that tough love, it didn't hurt. How would someone get in touch with you to find out more?
I'm on Instagram and I'm on LinkedIn. That's usually the best kind of way to reach me quickly. So you can drop me a DM always. My website is slide in the DMs.
Slide in.
Slide in. My website is currently being
Fisher Fit.
Julia Fisher Fit. And then LinkedIn is just Julia Fisher with an SCH in the middle, not SH.
And for those curious, there is a video of her performing pull-ups. Oh, there's one. 2. Oh, a little bit of a knee bob there. So I can confirm 2 reps. I was told she could do 7, but I gave her a hard time and I was like, I don't know. So I see 2.
Okay. Next time I do pull-ups, I'll do a video.
Quality standard.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because we're now really being really strict in Vitruvian about standard of pull-ups. I used to be able to do up to 20 pull-ups, and now I'm on the board 0. And then there's 3 trainers doing 20 kilos on them. They're like, you going to join us one day? I'm like, I'm working the foundation again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's good. But it just goes to show that no matter how far you're in or how advanced you are, it's always good to go back and revise some basics, right?
Correctamundo. Awesome. Well, that's how people can get in touch with you. What is Julia working on? What's the latest? Any new adventures, things coming up?
Not at the minute.
Results?
Always results, yes.
Did you do that presentation?
No.
The conference? So those who are curious, there was a conference that Julia was approached to present on health or nutrition.
Yes, there was one in October, but we came to the conclusion it's not, because it was supposed to be kind of more like the technology part of things. And so because my business is 98% online these days, they were quite interested to see how it works from a health and fitness perspective. But they then decided to just keep it tech-based. So, which is fine. No, not at all. So it's okay.
No technology, no accountability, just a classic personal trainer.
Yeah. Sorry, have to listen.
Yeah, well, that's exciting.
Yeah, no. So at the moment, it's just focusing on my clients. There's been quite a lot of things going on personally this year, so I'm just keeping it, perfecting my offer, making sure my clients are okay, taking on new
In
clients.
the offer. Wow. Well, you'll have to tune in next time to find out more. Stop it there. Hey, thanks so much for joining the episode of Table Talk today. We hope you found some helpful tips and inspiration in staying healthy and fit, even with a busy schedule. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast. Stay tuned for our next conversation. Until then, keep prioritizing yourself, your health, your fitness, and we'll see you on the next Table Talk.